Hello, viewer or viewers. It is I, the humble gamer, back again on Yooka-Laylee. So, this is part 16 now, I think. And I think now we're in the episode where I go inside the castle, which is actually pretty good because it's a great part of this level. I said before, about half of this level takes place inside the castle. I wasn't exaggerating. Around about half of the shit that you get in this level is outside the castle, and the other half of it is inside, in the expansion. It's about the same for all worlds in this game, actually. Half the world is sort of there. Well, actually, I'd say about a third of every world is sort of there before expansion, and then the rest comes with expansion. It sort of varies. But anyway, I'm just getting straight into it today. Not yesterday's episode. The last episode was really quite... I didn't like last episode. My commentary was really just... It sounded like I was absolutely against doing the commentary, like, completely, when that wasn't really the case. I guess I just got onto a really, like, difficult line or I just got onto a really difficult topic, I guess, that I just put me in a bad mood. So, that's unfortunate, but... I'm going to talk about this castle since we're here this episode. I really like this castle. When I first played this game, I was not a big fan of this castle because, as many people have said, it's really difficult to find your way around at first. It's basically just a huge maze of rooms until you sort of get used to the layout. Once you get used to the layout, it's not that hard. Even now, I'm not 100% about the layout. I did go to the wrong room a few times. Oh yeah, these walls are insta-kills, so that's upsetting. Oh god, that's terrible. I tell you, the fucking walls being insta-kill. I don't get why they are insta-kill. Maybe it's just because, I don't know, maybe it's designed that way because otherwise it'd have to drag you over to where the goo is, and that would just take too long if you kept getting caught by the walls. I don't know. I call that cheap game design, but, you know, I guess you call it what you want, you know, or I'll call it what I want anyway. So, it's been a couple days, once again. I've been really busy. I keep saying I'll record something, and I keep talking about that in videos as if it's like some really important thing, when I'm also constantly talking about how it's not important, because I don't really have anybody watching my videos, so I don't need to keep some sort of schedule. You know, I keep telling myself, oh, I need to upload a video this day and that day and that day. I don't know, maybe it just makes me feel more sane to tell myself that I'm going to upload a video this day and that day and whatnot. But I think it just makes me more stressed than anything. So I really need to, like, teach myself to stop doing that, because it is just really getting to a point where it's too much now. You know? Oh, this fucking Rextro's arcade in this world. I like this arcade game in this world. It's actually pretty fun. It's a simple one. You just got, like, a big ice ring, I think, and like a Nimbo comes down, the cloud from World 1, and he spits out a bunch of quills, which all have points attached to them, and you've got to just basically get as many points as possible. And every time you get hit, you lose points. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I keep forgetting things about this game. The Platonic coins. Yeah, the Platonic coin in this world is like hidden amongst a bunch of others. You can clearly see which one it is because it's turning the complete opposite way to the rest of the coins in this room. Like, I stood here for a second to give you a chance to see. All the coins are turning around in one direction. There's that one coin turning the other way. So obvious. You know, I suppose they wanted to make it at least easy for a younger audience, somewhat easy. I accidentally went out the door here. Yeah, I think they just wanted to make it a little easier for a younger audience. I think that's why they did that. So, but yeah, the Rextro game in this world is pretty much just it's like a battle arena essentially. So I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun. Compared to some mini games in this game anyway. I mean, thinking about it, actually, there's about another 2 or 3 mini games in this game that aren't in any of the worlds. They're just sort of in the if you go into the mini game room in Ivory Towers, or if you go to the mini games area of the main menu to play mini games on your own or with 2 players. There's a ton of other mini games in there that aren't in the worlds in this game. Like there's one where you play as a minion, one of those little like goblin things, and you have to like run through sort of an obstacle course and collect quills. And there's another one which you have to. It's like a. How do you explain it? It's like a straightforward race. Like you go straight forward on a path. There's enemies sitting in front of you, and you have to shoot at them. And each one killed is points. There's no quills in that one. So there's lots of different mini games in this game, and I like all of them equally. Especially now that they fixed the 2 that were really a bother before, Hurdle Hijinks and Up and Over, which were just bullshit before. Like the controls on those were absolute dog shit. Now they've fixed the controls. They're actually quite a lot easier. When I get to those, I probably will end up post-commentating them. I know I'm going back to live commentary after episode 20, but you know, when I get to that point, it'll be the end of the game anyway. So I'm gonna be really happy to get past sort of World 2 anyway, because it's been so long since I finished this game at this point. That like getting to World 3 is actually gonna feel like pretty fresh. I think when I originally played World 3 during my original run through of the game was like 4 or 5 months ago at this point. So it's gonna be quite a fresh thing to get there now. Not to mention I don't remember much about it. Played too much Breath of the Wild. Speaking of which, I actually I know it's nothing to do with this game, but I played Breath of the Wild recently, and I only just realised that you don't need to collect every Korok seed to get all the inventory slots. You only need about 441, I think it is, to get every single inventory slot upgrade, and then the rest are all just optional. It's so stupid that I didn't realise that. Until now, anyway. There was something I saw on Facebook the other day which was really cool. It was a speedrun strat of sorts. Someone found out that if you throw a boomerang weapon and then you catch it in midair with magnesis, it will keep spinning and it won't stop, and you can just use it as like a weapon, you know, that never stops spinning. You can just, you know, shove it into enemies around you and it will just, you know, do tons of damage without you needing to waste its well, actually, I don't know if it wastes its durability or not, but yeah. Oh god, I kept dying here. I don't remember if I had to cut a failed attempt out of this or not. I don't think I did. I think I did really well in the second try. I think I was just like focused more on the second round. There's another thing I don't like about these mini games that they haven't fixed. Or well, one thing I don't like about these mini games now that they still haven't fixed yet is the fact that you can't get both the pages at the same time. In Banjo-Tooie, right, you could get two items in some cases, like the Saucer of Peril. You remember the Saucer of Peril? I'm not going to throw a clip of my video of that in, but you can get the Cheeto page and the Jiggy from that in one go. You know, if you get enough points on the first try, you get both items at the same time. In this game, you cannot get both pages at the same time. You have to play the game once, and even if you get the high score you would need to get the high score page, it won't give it to you. You'll just get the one page, and then you have to play again and get the high score again to play it. Back when the controls were really shit on some of these mini games, that made it so much worse, because you had to play them twice. Which meant the broken mini games were even worse, because you had to get through it not just once but twice, and you had to get the high score the second time. You know, getting through the first time, you know, was basically just trying to survive long enough to get to the end. That's basically it. The second time you actually had to attempt to get a high score. Now that they fixed the controls though, that should be much easier to do. But you can clearly see what's going on here. Nimbo comes down, throws out a bunch of quills that are all worth certain points, and you just have to collect them and avoid enemies. It's a really neat little mini game, and I'm sure playing it 2-player would actually be fun. In fact, I might try to get my brother next time he comes down to do like a quick video of some of the co-op on this game. I don't know really. It depends on how he feels. There was something we discussed yesterday, which I'm not sure if I should spoil or not. But it was about Metal Slug, and that's all I'll say. So you'll see what comes of that in the future, I'm sure. But yeah. Oh man, I tell you what, I'm still just. I know I've complained a lot about A Hat in Time last episode, and I really shouldn't have, because I'm just being impatient at this point. Like, I've waited long enough for some games. I waited 2 years for this game. You know, I waited ages for Breath of the Wild. You know, I've waited for a lot of games over the years. You know, when they were announced to when they came out, and this game is no different. You know, and A Hat in Time is also no different. It's not like, you know, I'm waiting for 2 years. I only found out about A Hat in Time and really dug into it like 4 or 5 months ago. You know, like I didn't even know it was a thing back when the Yooka-Laylee Kickstarter was going on. Otherwise, I would have given money to it. But, you know, like I guess I just wasn't paying it as much attention as I could have. I might have heard of it during that time period, but I might have just not, like, taken heed. You know, I might have not just looked into it too much. So it's unfortunate, but what can you do? Even if I had backed it anyway, I would have still only got a PC code, which I got anyway because someone bought the game for me. So I have the game on Steam, but my computer can't play it, so I'm just waiting for the console version. It's unfortunate, but hey ho, what are you gonna do? I actually been playing Sonic Mania again lately. I decided to play through it again because I was, you know, I was kind of bored, and I've just I'm not really sure what games to play lately, so I just sort of play the games that I've been familiar with this year. So I played through Sonic Mania, and it is still fantastic, still fun. I fucking love it to bits. It's so good. It's just such a blast to speed through it and just have a good bit of fun, you know, in an afternoon. Oh, do you know what I should talk about while I've got the chance? I have been watching, yesterday I watched someone stream Super Mario Odyssey, right? I'm not going to get to play it, quite frankly. I'm not buying a Switch anytime soon. So I watched someone else play it, and I wanted to watch someone who was at least competent. And I watched the Yogscast play it. They played it on a stream. It was Lewis and Ben, I think. And they sat there and they played it for like 5 hours. And it was fucking fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. They must have gotten through about 2/3 of the game in that stream, and just seeing the game, like it's so beautiful looking. Like, not that that's like a huge thing to me, but like I just love that it's such a love letter to Mario. You know, I know it's a bit off from other Mario games simply because it's an open world type game instead of, you know, there being selectable levels and stuff. But I love the open world aspect of the game. It seems pretty linear, which, you know, is a little disconcerting. But you know what? I don't mind a linear game as long as it's fun and it looks really, really fun. The co-op looks pretty to me. You know, I mean, they were playing co-op for like 2/3 of that stream, Ben and Lewis. So it you know, was a good opportunity to see what the game was like in 2-player as well as single player, and it's okay. I'd certainly give it a try if I owned the game. So, but you know what? It's fine. I'll get to play the game eventually, I hope, in many years from now. But until then, I'm happy just watching the game and seeing it. It's got such great music. The Super Mario, the Odyssey theme, which was in the Super Mario Odyssey trailer, is actually in the game when you get to Donk City. This would be spoilers, by the way. Don't listen to this if you're listening to this now, you know, when Odyssey's just come out. Don't listen to this, or if you haven't played it yet, like I probably won't within the next couple years, and you're watching this within the next couple years, then don't watch this. Don't listen to this. But in Donk City, you meet Pauline. Obviously, it's the most advertised part of the game, Donk City. And once you get to sort of the end of Donk City, you gather a bunch of musicians together, and they actually do a festival where they play the song, the Odyssey song, and it's like an homage to Mario games of the past. Because like one of the features in the game is that you get to go into walls and play like little mini versions of 2D Mario. And they're really, really cool. But like in this festival thing, it's like a whole setup of like Donkey Kong mixed with Mario Bros. And it's so brilliantly done. And you get to the end of it, and you get to the stage where Pauline is playing, and you can either just end it there and talk to Pauline, get the moons, or you can just stand there and dance to the rest of the song if you get there and the song hasn't ended yet. And it's just so top notch the way that they did that. It's so good. Oh, this fucking room. I need to talk about this room, okay, because this room is so fucking annoying. In this room, right, you've got these platforms that go down when you stand on them, right? And you've got these platforms that are on fire, and you've got to try and put the fires out on those platforms at the same time as, like, you know, worrying about the platforms you're standing on going down. So you're better off just jumping off and firing the water at the platform and then trying to land on the platform when the fire goes out. But either way you try to do it, it's just fucking impossible. You know, you keep falling off, or at least I do anyway. Look at this, look. I cheated that right there. That was a cheap one right there. I wish that I wish they'd worked on that just a little more. Those platforms, they're a little bit annoying. Honestly, they're just a bit fucking annoying. I might have to turn my audio up for this video because I'm sitting quite far away from my microphone. I usually come up really close. I must be about like 10 inches away from my microphone right now. I should be right up close to it, but I've just decided not to be. Oh god, yeah, I don't know why I did that right there. I had the move to fight the boss there. I thought you needed a different move from like World 2. And it turns out you didn't. So I actually end up leaving here, I think, and going to the third world to get that move, thinking I need it. I'm not sure if that's this video or the next one though. But as you can see here, I'm falling off. I think I fall off a few times here before I make it across. It's so annoying, honestly. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Look at this fucking bullshit. Look at me being crap at a game here. My god. Well, anyway, that's basically what my what my month has come down to. Played Cuphead, played South Park, played or watched well, I didn't watch. I suppose I did watch the trailers for A Hat in Time, but I haven't seen any gameplay or barely any of it because I wanted to go into the game blind, you know. Watched Mario Odyssey, which was top notch, absolutely. I've been having a pretty good time with the games that have come out this month. It's been really fun, and I do look forward to some of the stuff that I'm going to be getting to play in future. Not on video particularly, but you know, just stuff that's going to take up some time. My brother actually asked me yesterday what I wanted for my birthday, which is coming up, and I was struggling to figure out an answer because he generally buys me a game for my birthday, and I've already sort of got the plans for what games I'm getting by the end of the year. And I couldn't really think of one he could get me that I would play, you know, now. So he suggested to me The Witcher 3, right? And I said no, because I know I'm not going to play that anytime soon. Like, I wanted to play through Skyrim again, like the remastered version, like this year into next year. Don't ask why, I just wanted to. Right, and I know there's probably a lot of people out there that would say, you know, The Witcher 3 is way better than Skyrim is. You should play Skyrim instead of or The Witcher 3 instead of Skyrim. Fuck that game. But you know what? I'll spend my time how I want it, and I personally would like to play Skyrim again. Mostly, I think, because I actually am worried that once I play The Witcher, I'm not going to want to play Skyrim again, which I don't really want. I want to be able to enjoy Skyrim at least a little again before, you know, it gets blown out the water by other games. Oh yeah, this room. I did this room without thinking, right? That vent there is not unlocked yet. There's nothing blowing out of it, as you can see. You have to beat the boss before you can actually activate that. And what you're supposed to do is what I'm doing here, and then there's like a pagey and an ice block that you have to push through this path and then get it to the vent. And once the vent's turned on, it will like melt the ice. But I didn't realise, so I did this whole thing without even realising that I fucked up, which sucks big time. Anyway, we're getting to the end of the video, so that's good. I got a bit of a cough, unfortunately, a bit of a tickly throat. So that's I think that's it from me for today. These are more chilled out sessions, really. These ones that I've been doing, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with chilled out sessions. So episode 16, there we go. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Yeah. Bye.